Chapter 1.
The dawn of the speaking era, the period from the 80s to the 90s.
Part 1. The Young Scientist.
In the 1980s of the 21st century, the world is in a period of global renewal and transformation. Technology and nature work together to create a sustainable and fair world. During this period, we encounter a young scientist named Alex Novák, working on the Green Scales project. Alex was fascinated by nature since childhood. He grew up in a small village surrounded by forests and rivers, where he spent hours observing animals and plants. His father was a forester and often took him along on work expeditions. There, Alex learned the love for nature and understood its fragility. When Alex started studying at university, he found that his passion for nature could be combined with his talent for technology. During his studies, he learned about Anya and Daniel's work, who became his role models. Their achievements in technology and environmental protection showed him that great things can be achieved when knowledge and passion come together. After graduating, Alex joined the international research team, focused on developing smart sensor networks for ecosystem monitoring. The project was named Green Scales, aiming to create a system that would provide accurate and up-to-date data in the realm of natural environments. Alex and his team started working on developing the first sensor prototypes. They faced many technological challenges. They had to develop sensors that would be resistant to extreme conditions, such as high temperatures, humid requirements, and at the same time simultaneously, and mechanical damages. At the same time, they had to ensure the sensors were sensitive and accurate enough to provide reliable data. After months of intensive research and experimentation, they managed to create a first functioning version of Green Scales. Intelligent sensor networks have started monitoring various ecosystems around the world, providing data to scientists, policymakers, and politicians, to politicians and environmental organizations. Data from the sensors helped identify problems in ecosystems and propose solutions for their protection and restoration. Alex was thrilled with the project's success, but he knew this was just the beginning. He knew the technological advances had to be used responsibly and ethically to truly contribute to
nature conservation and enhancing
of human life. So, he decided to collaborate with international organizations on creation, ethical guidelines, and regulatory frameworks for using new technologies. Part 2. Technological challenges. Alex and his team faced constantly new technological challenges. Sensors had to be constantly improved to provide even more accurate and reliable data. They also had to address data transmission issues from remote areas to central databases for analysis. One of the biggest challenges was ensuring the sensors were energy efficient and could operate for long periods without the need for battery replacement. Alex and his team thus began working on developing new energy sources to power the sensors. They experimented with various technologies such as solar panels, wind turbines, and even biological fuel cells. After months of research and testing, they managed to develop sensors that could operate on renewable energy sources. They were small, light, and durable, enabling their installation in various environments, from dense forests to deserts. The success of the Green Scales project brought Alex and his team international recognition. They won several prestigious awards, and their work was published in renowned scientific journals. Nevertheless, Alex knew there was still much work ahead. The world faced many ecological and social challenges, and he was determined to contribute to solving them. Chapter 2. Conflicts and Compromises. Part 1. Political Tensions.
Technological advancements and the successes of the Greenscales project brought new political tensions. Many countries and corporations tried to gain control over censorship networks and use them for their own interests. Alex and his team faced pressures and threats from powerful players trying to manipulate and abuse technological advancements. One day Alex received an invitation to meet with a high-ranking official of one of the world's largest energy companies. They offered him a huge sum of money for access to sensor network data. Alex, however, knew that such agreements might pose threats to the integrity of the project and its goals. He refused the offer, which sparked a wave of hostile reactions.
Alex realized that he must ensure the Greenscales are used responsibly and ethically. He collaborated with international organizations to create ethical guidelines and regulatory frameworks that would ensure that they will serve to protect nature and improve people's lives. One of the main goals was to ensure transparency and accountability in data usage. Alex and his team created a platform allowing public access, analysis from sensor networks. This allowed the citizens, scientists, and organizations to monitor the state of ecosystems and making informed decisions based on current data.
This step, however, also provoked some resistance. Some governments and corporations feared that public access to data could threaten their economic interests and political power. Alex faced pressures and threats but was determined to stand by his principles. He knew that transparency and public oversight are key to a sustainable future.
Chapter 3. Threat of self-destruction continues. The first part, Ecological Crisis Unfolding. One of the greatest achievements is the creation of a global network of ecological reserves, serving as sanctuaries for endangered species and nature. They provide space for the restoration of natural ecosystems. This project receives support from the United Nations.
Many countries and organizations, but also facing resistance from corporations interested in exploiting these territories for commercial gain.
Let's learn. Alex and his team decide to organize a global campaign to raise awareness about the importance of protecting these reserves. They use social media, organize public events, and collaborate with influencers and celebrities to gain public support was widespread. The campaign goes viral, and millions of people around the world join the challenge to protect nature. Part 2. Social Tensions. Tensions and inequalities pose another significant challenge. Many communities are still affected by poverty, unemployment, and lack of access to education and healthcare. Alex and his team focus on creating inclusive projects, provide opportunities for everyone, regardless of their social status. One of the successful projects is an initiative to improve access to education and vocational training for young people from marginalized communities. This project succeeds in creating new job opportunities and reducing social tensions or outputs towards stability and prosperity of local communities. In one of these communities, in a small town in Southeast Asia, Alex meets a young woman named Lina. Lina comes from a poor family and has fought her entire life for a chance to improve her life. Thanks to the Greenscales project, they got a chance to participate in professional training and acquire new skills in the area of ecology and technology. Lina becomes one of the top students and quickly earns the respect of her peers and mentors. Her story inspires many other young people in her community who start to believe in a better future. Lena and Alex become close friends and work together on more projects, which contribute to improving the lives of people in their region.
Chapter 4 New Beginnings.
California Renewal. At the International Conference in Rome in the year 2095, Alex presents his vision of global cooperation and responsible technological development. His speech touched the hearts of many and brought new hope. World powers have committed to reducing emissions, protecting natural ecosystems, and supporting sustainable technologies. After the conference, Alex meets with many world leaders and discusses with them about specific steps that could contribute to achieving global goals. With the help of his team, he creates an international coalition focused on knowledge and resource exchange and debates to speed up the development and implementation of sustainable technologies. Part 2. Personal Challenges and Growth. Alex also faces personal challenges. His work and constant travel have taken a toll on his health and personal life. He realizes that he needs to find a balance between work and personal life, starts to spend more time on himself and his loved ones. Together with his team, he reorganizes his priorities and focuses on projects with the greatest potential for positive change. During one of his rare free weekends, Alex meets his old friend and mentor, Dr. Martin Kowalski, who helped him at the beginning of his career. Dr. Kowalski reminds him of the importance of self-care and finding a balance between work and personal life. This advice becomes a turning point for Alex. Alex starts spending more time with his family and friends and finds new hobbies, which help him relax and gain new energy. He will learn that self-care is just as important as his work in protecting the planet. More efficient and creative in his work. Part 3. Continuing the legacy. Alex and his team continue their work, supporting new initiatives and projects that contribute to a sustainable future. They collaborate with young scientists and innovators who bring new ideas and energy to their efforts. Their work and achievements become an inspiration for many, that even small steps can lead to big changes. The world is starting to change and is heading towards a better future, where technology and nature collaborate to create a sustainable and fair world. Chapter 5. The Garden of Green Peace. Part 1. New volunteer projects. In the year 2099, Alex and his team begin working on a new project called the Garden of Green Scales. This project focuses on creating and maintaining urban gardens and green spaces in cities worldwide. The goal is not only to improve the quality of life for city dwellers, but also to contribute to ecological balance and biodiversity. Gardens are designed as self-sustaining ecosystems using the latest technological innovations. Smart sensor networks monitor the soil and water, ensuring optimal conditions for plant growth and ecosystem health. Gardens also serve as educational centers where people can learn about ecological practices and sustainable living. Part 2. Community and Collaboration. Alex understands that the project's success depends on the support and involvement of local communities. Together with their team, they organize workshops, seminars, and public discussions where locals can learn more about the project and contribute with their ideas and experiences. Community gardens are becoming a meeting and collaboration space where people of various ages and backgrounds work together to achieve a common goal. The Green Scales Garden project gains international attention and support. Many cities and villages around the world are starting to implement similar initiatives, inspired by Alex's team's successes. Gardens are becoming a symbol of sustainability, cooperation, and hope.
Part 3. Personal Stories. One of the many success stories from the Garden of Peaceful Measures project is the story of an elderly gentleman named Javier. Xavier lives in one of the most densely populated places on Earth and has worked as a factory worker all his life. After retiring, he felt lonely and isolated until he discovered a community garden in his neighborhood.
Javier became a passionate gardener, spending hours every day caring for plants and learning new techniques. Through the garden, he got to know other people from the community and made new friends. The garden became a place where he felt needed and useful. The story spread quickly, and the enthusiasm for gardening inspired many others. Thanks to his leadership and kindness, younger community members also got involved in the project, who learned from him and worked together to improve their surroundings. Javier became a symbol that it's never too late to start something new and contribute to improving the world. Another inspiring story is that of a young mother named Sarah. Sarah lived in a poor neighborhood and worked hard to support her two children. The Green Scales Garden project offered her the chance to learn new skills and access fresh, healthy foods. Sarah got involved in the project by labeling and quickly mastered the basics of gardening and eco-friendly techniques. Thanks to her work in the garden, not only was she able to provide better nutrition for her children, but she also gained confidence and new friendships. Sarasa became an active member of the metal community and started organizing workshops for other parents to show them how they can improve their living conditions through gardening. Chapter 6. Challenges and Solutions. Part 1. Climate Disasters. Despite the success of the project, the world still faces serious challenges. Climate disasters, such as floods, droughts, and extreme temperatures, are becoming more frequent and destructive. Alex and his team must constantly innovate and adapt their technologies and strategies to face these threats. One of the solutions is the development of new, more resilient plant species and technologies for water retention that help gardens survive extreme conditions. The team also collaborates with scientists and engineers to develop new protection systems that reduce climate impact. Impact of climate disasters on urban areas.
Alex also meets other scientists and experts on climate change to discuss the latest scientific findings and strategies for reducing greenhouse gas emissions. Together they work on developing new technologies and political measures that could help mitigate the impacts of climate change. Aplauso santo in Eighties.
Part 2.
Social initiatives.
Peter.
Social tensions and inequalities are another big challenge. Many communities are still affected by poverty, unemployment, and lack of access to education and healthcare. Alex and his team focus on creating inclusive projects that provide opportunities for everyone, regardless of their social status. One of the successful projects is an initiative to improve access to education and professional outcomes for young people from marginalized communities. This project is succeeding in creating new job opportunities and reducing social tensions, contributing to the stability and prosperity of the place. Local communities. In one of these communities in a small African town, Salek meets a young man named Kofi. Kofi comes from a very poor family, and his parents could not afford to send him to school. Thanks to the Green Scales project, Kofi gets the chance to participate in professional training and gain new skills in ecology and technology. Kofi is becoming one of the top students and quickly earns the respect of his peers and mentors. His story inspires many other young people in his community who begin to believe in a better future. Kofi and Alex become close friends and work together on more projects, which contributes to improving people's lives in their region. Chapter 7 Hope for the Future Part 1 Global Cooperation. In 2010, the world stands on the brink of a new era. Thanks to Alex's team effort, thanks to many initiatives, significant progress has been made in the area of environmental protection and social justice. Global collaboration and the sharing of knowledge and resources are becoming the norm, strengthening international solidarity and cooperation. Alex and his team participate in international conferences and workshops, where they discuss the latest scientific findings and strategies for improving the state of the planet. They collaborate with scientists, politicians, and activists from around the world to jointly seek solutions to global challenges. Second, lasting legacy. Alex, now in his advanced years, reflects back on his journey. He sees how his work and achievements have contributed to positive changes in the world. Its projects and initiatives have inspired new generations of scientists, innovators, and activists to continue its legacy. His story becomes part of the global heritage, showing that individuals can have a huge impact on the world. Alex remains a symbol of hope, determination, and innovation, inspiring the world to positive changes. Alex's life story is captured in a biography that's becoming a bestseller. The book inspires millions worldwide, showing that even small steps can lead to significant changes. Its message lives on in everyone trying to contribute to protecting the planet and creating a fairer and sustainable homeland.
Of a more sustainable society.
Epilogue. The journey continues. You will still face many challenges, but also new opportunities. Humanity learns from the past and strives for a better future for everyone. The legacy of Anya, Daniel, and Alex's team lives on in everyone who tries to follow their example and contribute to a better world. Their stories show, even in the toughest times, it is possible to find light, and that together we can overcome any obstacles. The world is changing, growing, and their legacy lives on in everyone who tries to follow their example and contribute to a better world.